writer of Hebrews says, gives us a vital information and advice. In Hebrews 13:5, he said, let your conversation or your lifestyle be without covetousness, and be content with such things as you have. For he, Jesus, has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Thank God, folks, we can take it to the bank today. The Lord is with us. He'll not cast us off, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper. Can you say that deep down inside this morning? Can you say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man can do unto me? Oh, church, we're living in a time when it looks like everything's coming apart, and it is, but thank God he's going to be there. He's going to be there to help us. And when Peter and the men were in the boat in the middle of the Sea of Galilee, a storm was raging. Remember that time? It was dark, and they saw Jesus walking toward them on the stormy sea. Peter said to Jesus, if it be you, bid me to come unto you. Jesus' response to Peter was simply, come. Thank God. Why? Because he was there in the midst of the storm. Can you remember the storm you went through? Can you remember the dark hour that you went through? And it seemed like your boat, your spiritual boat, was being lifted up and tossed to and fro. Can you remember those hours that you frantically were praying for deliverance, and it seemed like it was never going to come in sight? But all of a sudden, you heard the still small voice of the Lord say, come unto me. And there in the midst of your problem, there in the midst of your persecution, there in the midst of everything that was going on, there was your friend standing right beside you. And he whispers to you right quickly, I've never left you. I've never left you alone. I've been walking with you all these years. Oh, church, I don't know about you, but when I began to read this, something began to bless me over and over. For I knew the Lord was there. I knew this. He said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. Amen. He's going to be there. He tells us to learn and learn to lean upon him. In the book of Matthew, he says, come unto me, all you that are laboring and are heavy laden, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. You shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It's very important that we understand that he is saying here, first of all, come. Amen. We have to come. As the old song says, come just as you are. Sometimes we want to try to fix things up, don't we? Sometimes we want to kind of get everything in order. But how many knows that we can't get it in order when our life is out of focus, when everything is going wrong? We need somebody else to help us, and his name is Jesus. I'm talking about a friend, church, that will never leave us. I'm talking about somebody that will be there when I have no hope. Somebody that's going to be there to guide me and give me direction and tell me everything's going to be all right. When it looks like the battle that I'm about to face is more than I can handle, and the trouble that's coming my way, I will not be able to overcome it. He tells me quickly, all you got to do is come unto me. Learn to lean on me. Come unto me and I will give you rest. Thank God today we need to understand what Jesus was saying about that. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn. Why? Because a yoke is a device to put on a pair of two animals. Amen. We need to realize that we are teamed up with somebody. Amen. And our friend, his name is Jesus. The good news is that Jesus is the other one that we're yoked with. A yoke is a definite indication that there's hard work involved. But the author and the creator of the universe is telling us he's going to be with us. Amen. When we can't pull our load, he's going to be there. When we get out of a direction, when we get off of the road, he's going to lead us right back. Oh, I'm talking about Jesus. I'm talking about a friend. That's what Proverbs was saying. We have a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. And let me tell you something else. If you find a true, genuine, I want you to hear what I'm about to tell you now. If you find a true, genuine Christian, one that will be there, one that won't talk about you, one that won't tell news all over town, amen, you've got something, brother. Amen. Listen to me, sir. Listen to me, ma'am. If you've got a friend that'll be there that you can call, amen, in the midnight hours and pour your heart out to them. Oh, we all need a friend, don't we? Amen. Listen to me. We need somebody that we can talk to.